Hello and welcome to this short introduction to Ambler Charts. So Ambler Charts is our newest feature. It's an easy way to create charts in PowerPoint and to format them and to add decorators to them. In this demonstration I'll go through how to create a few different chart types as well as how to convert existing charts into Ambler Charts. So the first chart we're going to build is a stacked column chart like this. The way you insert a chart is you click on the Ambler Charts button and then you select the chart you wish to create, in this case a stacked column chart. You can then drag in the chart where you want it to be and it will snap to different objects on the page. To edit the data of the chart you can either double click or click the little edit data in Excel button here, and from this window you can either paste some data or you can edit the data if you wish. And this will automatically update the chart. There are two main ways you modify a chart. It's with the left click. This will bring up the formatting options of whatever you've selected, and then you can right click to add and remove elements from the chart. So if I were to change the font size, I'd left click on the chart and then change the font like so. I could also, if I wanted to unbold the totals here, I can click on one element, hold shift and then select the different elements, and then I can remove bolding like so, or control B of course. The other way is to right click and you can add stuff. So if I were to add a y-axis to the chart, I'd right click and select y-axis. And again, you manipulate the objects directly on the chart. So if I were to change this axis, for instance, I want to make the tick marks a bit further apart, I'll do it like so. And then I want to add some number formats on here, so I'd select this label and I can just type in through the label here, say this is $billion for instance. Let's make the axis a bit thicker, so I left click and I select the thickness. Let's do the same for the x-axis. So I also want to change the number format of the totals to the same as the other. So I again left click and hold shift to select all the elements, and then I can change the number format right here. So I'll type in $billion as well on these, like so. Then I would like the segments of the series to show as percentages instead. So I'll do the same. I'll select the first one and then shift select all of them. And then on the label content here, I can select percentage instead. So I can show the percentages. If I want to, let's say I want to change the width of these columns, I'd select one element and I can just drag the width to what I want. And if I want to make like a thick white outline of all the series, I'd select the first series, hold shift and select all series. And then I can change the outline here. Let's make it 2.5 white, like so. If I want to change the series colors, I'd select the series I want to change and then just change the fill here from the fill drop down. Now let's add some connectors to the chart. So you right click on the chart and you click on add connectors like so, and these can again be manipulated if you want to delete some or change the formatting. Let's also add a few CAGRs to it. So I'll right click, add CAGR, and once I have it out I can drag it around. So let's show this for the last 2 years, and then let's make another one for the first 2 years. And then you can move them so it looks as you wish. Finally I want to show the level difference on the third series here. So I right click and add level difference like so. And this again can be dragged around if I want to show it in another place. So that's a way to build a stacked column chart. One thing we added as well is the ability to save a layout. Say I want to save this formatting for later. I can then right click on the chart and then save chart layout. This will open up the library and you can select where you want to save it. So let's just do like a test layout here. Call it what I want. And now if I want to build a chart like this again at another time, I can click here. Let's add a new stacked column chart. And now I can just apply that layout that I just saved. So it was this layout. And this will automatically apply all the different decorators and formatting that I had on the layout. Another thing you can do is you can add themes. So themes are just the colors of the series and lines, outlines, so like the basic formatting. So let's show this by just making it white. So you can have different themes in your library as well, just like that. Next, let's create a waterfall chart and link it with the data in Excel. To do this, we again hit the Ampler Charts and select Waterfall Build Up. Waterfall Build Up starts from the left and then builds up to a total. So let's just show how that works. So you put in the different segments into the chart like so, and then once you want to have a total, you type in E, and this will create a total bar here. You can then build further onto this if you want to, and then put E again for another total. You can also create 2 waterfalls in one by just simply skipping a row and starting to build from another place here. Yeah. So, but let's show how to link. So to link data, you right-click and then you select Establish Excel Link. Now you select the data that you wish to link to in Excel and click OK. And now the data here will be synchronized with the data in Excel. You can right-click. If you change the data in Excel and then close it, it won't update immediately. You need to right-click and then refresh linked data. You can also break the link like so. And now we're back to having just an editable data sheet here that you can tweak if you want to. Let's make a few modifications to the waterfall. I want to have these in green, the positives in green, and then the negatives in red. I also want to have the totals in blue. And I want to have the positive labels above, so I shift select all the labels and then I can drag them on top. And I can do the same with the negative labels here. Drag them below. Finally the total here also on top. Let's make the font a bit smaller so we can see some of the labels down here. And then we want to add a decorator to it. Let's add a total difference from the first to the last. And that's how you make a waterfall chart. Finally, let's create a Gantt chart. So a Gantt chart, of course, is useful to show a project plan over time. You create it by inserting a Gantt chart like so and drag it into place. The first thing you may want to do is to adjust the timeline of the Gantt chart, and you can do this from the timeline up here. You left select and you get different options on how to modify it. First, I want to show year and I don't want to show weeks, and I only want to show separators for months, so I deselect week. To change the timeline itself, you can either type in the start and end date from the fields up here, or use the selector for the dates here if you want. But usually the fastest thing is just to use the drag handles that you have out here. So I want this to start in May, so I drag it to here, and end in July. You can also add months like so to it as well. Now I can fill in the Gantt chart, so you can edit the labels. Let's say work stream 1. And you can add the processes and bars. So you right click and hit add process. Once you have the processes out, you can drag them around to adjust the timing. Or you can set this by left clicking and typing in start and end dates as well, like so. Let's do a bar as well, so activity 1. And right click and add a bar. So you can also snap objects to each other, so I could snap this to the beginning date of this one, and now if I change the beginning date of this will follow turn. And of course you can add all the activities that you'd want just by right clicking and add the activity below or above. So there is a data sheet as well to make it easier to set some of these dates and control the process from in here. And here you can just, if I want the end date here to be similar to the top one on the work stream and then plus, let's say 7 days, I could just type it in like that, and the Gantt chart will automatically update accordingly to it. You can also use this if you have a project plan in Excel to just simply paste in your project plan. So I have one here. And this is an easy and fast way to build a Gantt chart based on a project plan if you already have it in Excel. So now I have everything out like so. The next thing, maybe I want to format some things on here. I want to put the separators, the row separators, the right places. So I'll just remove the row separators that I have. I'll just shift select the area and remove row separators. And then I want to add a row separator above this, this, and this to have it in between all the work streams. Right click, add row separator above. And now I have the row separators as I want them. Let's format the activities. So I can hold Control and select all the activities on the page, like so. So I can format them all at once. And I want to change the outline to be a dotted. And I want to have no fill on these. No color. Likewise, let's change the milestones. So I select all the milestones on the chart and I want to make these pink. And the ones down in the bottom, I'll shift select all of these and I want to change this to triangles instead. And I also want to add lines for them to show where they go on the chart. I also want to show responsible, so I can right click on the chart and I can add a responsible column. I could also add a comments column or something else if I wanted to. And this has already been filled in Excel, so it's already filled out. Finally, I would like to format the names. So I select the workstream names. I want to make these bold. And I select all the sub-activities. I would like to make these just a little bit smaller, so it looks a bit nicer. And likewise on these responsible column over here, let's make that a bit smaller as well. And I think I had one more thing to do, add like a vacation sort of a shade. So again, right click and you can add a well, you can add row shades, but you can also add column shades, and this can be dragged around and you can resize it from down here as well to make it fit what you want to. And that's it for the Gantt chart. So the last thing I want to mention is that it's possible to convert either built-in charts, so this is just like a built-in Excel chart, but also ThinkCell charts. So I don't have ThinkCell installed, so this is a ThinkCell chart. And the way you do this is you just navigate to a page that has charts on it and click the Ampler button, and down in the bottom you find Convert Charts. And once you hit that, you will convert these into Ampler charts. So now I can edit the chart object directly here, and it will actually, for the ThinkCell, it will keep all the decorators as it was on the ThinkCell chart to the best it can map it. So that's it for this introduction. Thank you for watching. I hope you will enjoy Ampler charts. Thanks.